Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Guys, if you are new to the platform, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, guys, please do so and make sure that you have your notification on. Tonight, guys, we are here to talk about a few things, a few important, very important matters to Jamaica, and it should be important to all Jamaicans. I hope that you had a good day today, and I hope that you find this channel informative. I hope that whenever you tune into this channel, you walk away with a sense of, patriotism if you're not already, and you enjoy the content that we create over here. So let us big up our team and our tribe. Let me see who's here so far. Courtney, good night. Lifestyle news. I am early to the family meeting tonight. Good night. Good night, Lifestyle. Welcome back. We enjoy having you here. Justice for Melissa. Yes, thank you, Paul. Which reminds us, guys, that we are approximately 6 days or so away from the first bail hearing of Jollian Silvera, who is in custody for the demise of Melissa Silvera, his wife. Silvera, the former member of parliament, will go before the bail hearing on April 11th, and he's going to try to get out. So we'll be looking out for that, and we will be tuned into that. And I just want to give a shout out to the people and where anytime them come on the channel, the first thing them type is justice for Melissa, because that's what we're about over here, so guys. And I want to make something clear. You see this channel, we're not over here. I try to ride no wave upon the death of Melissa. We don't do stuff like that over here. We are a strong enough channel and a group of people who can, lead our own program and come out here and say what we need to say where the politics is concerned. Okay? Melissa is a part of that toxic politics, right, which caused her demise, the people who are a part of it. And so, as a channel who believe in, the decency in our politics, decency toward women, and all that good stuff that makes us human and that makes us, you know, a part of a society where people can feel safe, even in our politics, we will come over here and say justice for Melissa, and we will be the advocates of justice for Melissa. We don't mind that. But I don't want anybody to get misunderstood and think that, you know, this is a channel that is trying to capitalize. No. Anytime we come out here and we don't talk about Melissa, we still stand strong in anything we put on the table out here. So I just want to thank everybody who believe that Melissa needs a voice since nobody is speaking out for her. All right? So let us go back to the comments. Yeah, guys, if you're just joining, please make sure that you like the live and you're inviting your friends and you're sharing. For all you Sabbath keepers, it's that time again. I hope that you are in the solitude of your, Sabbath as it's approaching and you're having a good time. We have to take time, guys, out of our week. We can't just go every day, so we don't want to run out of gas. We have to stop. It doesn't matter if you are Adventist or not, but we must stop and take stock of, you know, who we are, what we're doing, where we're heading, just to stop and give thanks, basically. I believe in that strongly. So, Mackenzie, thank you. Good evening. Claudian. Joan, welcome back. Marcia. Jenny, good evening. Yes, no bail. And we're saying no bail for Silvera for two reasons. I don't want nobody feel like we want to try to deny Silvera is human right. You have a right to seek bail, We all know that. And we're not saying that he shouldn't seek bail. What we're saying is that he shouldn't get bail on two grounds. One, lack of regard for the law. Think he's above the law. When he was told to turn himself in, he did not. The other thing is, he was born in England. Right? So with those two things at play, guys, we don't think it's a good idea for somebody like that to get no bail. That is it. Unapologetic. You understand? So, yeah, man, welcome everybody. On the rock and come in. We have some serious business to discuss here tonight. East Portland, big up yourself. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, man, no bail. Me feel if him get bail, him go try to leave the country, Because as we all know, between the cover-up and the forensic detail and the ballistic, it's let me not give anybody any ideas, but I don't think it's a good idea for him to get bail. Good evening, all. I believe she does need a voice because it's either her family is scared or she really has no one to fight for her. Justice for Melissa. Yeah, man, nobody know. I remember, me tell you what the pastor say. Me show you what the pastor say. The pastor say, what happened to Melissa? There's deafening silence. You remember, I play about that video phone from the funeral where the pastor, her pastor, where she would have got to him once a month or so. He spoke about the characteristics of man. Not in a gender kind of thing, but just human beings in general, who would demonstrate the type of behavior that would cause what happened to Melissa to happen to her. And he basically, he's such a very strategic speaker, because after making that point, he managed to kind of bridge what he was saying with what happened to Melissa. And he said there is deafening silence. We're not silent over here. Over here we're going to talk out. Right? Yesterday, guys, I visited Civil Rights Museum. And it is amazing to see how when a people come together and decide, say, a justice them a deal with, no matter what is the cause, you will be amazed to see how people can move mountains and how far we have come as a human race and all the atrocities that we have overcome as a people, and in developing places and societies. So that is what gives us courage, I don't share too many photos of, my personal life and stuff like that. But that visit to the Civil Rights Museum and, how women also came together from the time when women couldn't vote and couldn't do this and couldn't do that, how people can come together and make things happen, make the right things happen. So yeah, when there is silence, there are people with the courage, with the compassion, who are not going to be afraid to step out there. It might start with one person. It might start with a small group of people. But eventually, the message will get across. You understand? So, as the pastor said, deafening silence. When people are going to keep quiet and think, say, that is going to be it, they're wrong. They're wrong, because there are some of us out here who will just, call it what it is and stick with it. You understand? Yeah, some people out here where that talk about Melissa. And I do it for money and all kind of something. And for likes and they're sitting there. That's not our style over here. There are conditions under the Bail Act to either deny or grant him bail. Flight risk is on the top of the list. Yes. Flight risk. And they must, what the prosecutors, them in Jamaica, are taking into consideration the fact that he was asked to turn himself in and he refused. Remember saying, no? One of the conditions of bail, you have to demonstrate so you respect the law, you know. Like me I tell guys? Yeah, man. Good evening, Joni. Yeah, man. Nice Friday evening. I'm so tired, guys, after being gone from home all week. But just a relax today, you know? Past government MP, he will get bail. Well, we will see about that. We know how the classism and them something they go on at Jamaica. And we know how, people with political connection, they tend to get away with a lot of stuff. We know that. But they who will disregard the law and act in that way, they are aware that their eyes out here watching and ears listening. So they dare not do anything that goes against justice for Melissa. They dare not. Liz is going to join us tonight, guys. And if you just give me 1 second real quick. Yeah, come. Oopsie. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I watched the funeral live and the pastor did say that I was taken aback. Yeah, because the pastor knew what happened to Melissa. She used to go there and talk to him regular. And, your pastor is like your counselor, your advisor. Yes. So she would have talked to him about her personal life and things like that. That church basically raised her from she a little girl. Our mother, our grandpeople, them, been members of the church. That church molded her, helped mold her into the woman that she had become. So she would have had that relationship with her pastor. He spoke very intently. Very intently. Yes. This is one of the things that I photographed yesterday at the museum. The Civil Rights Museum. It's so sophisticated. And I was impressed. I saw some Jamaicans. I'm surprised, or maybe I missed it. I didn't see Marcus Garvey as part of the collection in there. But I saw people like Belafonte, who played a huge role in the civil rights movement, right? You guys know Belafonte, right? Yes, and injustice anywhere is a threat to injustice, to justice everywhere. And that is the truth. And that's why we have to continue talking about justice for Melissa. Everybody can't just quiet say, And everybody can't coward and afraid. If Melissa's family, they maybe say politics and politicians and connection are going there so, and they're afraid for their life for true. You understand? Or they know how them style of politics go on. Them just, are trying to be safe. That's okay. We get it. We understand. So we will make the nice over here, so we don't care. The earthquake in New York, if anybody in New York are open, all right. Me hear say New York got shook today and part of New Jersey or Jersey and part of New York. Things are happening, guys. Just so it go. So make we start off tonight with what we came here to talk about. And right now, as you see in the title, there is internal turmoil, right? Internal meltdown inside of the opposition right now. And that internal meltdown, I blame it solely on Cliff Hughes, right? Because the argument is that Mark Golding and this thing about winning the election, right? People like Bunting are telling him to stop going out there go say that because them really didn't win, and it's true, right? Because when them behave like that, people start to question them sanity, you know, and people start to question whether they are fit when they become election deniers, right? And Mark Golding is not trying to hear that. He's not trying to hear that because Cliff Hughes tell him say him win. And he believes it's some kind of conspiracy where people are calling back Cliff Hughes and I say Ray. But no. Cliff Hughes knows that Mark Golding never win nothing. And him understands him get ahead of himself, didn't have enough data, way too early, not even 50% of the votes counted. But he went out there and talked about Mark Golding win. And we don't show to say is a thing where is a act them put on over nationwide a night there. For trick up the people them to make them feel like say, yeah, Mark are going with something because if the PNP was the PNP, wanna know say if Mark Golding were to be moved, Cliff Hughes knows that Andrew Holness would have a real challenge on his hands. And it's the truth. You understand, guys? So in my view, all I wanna see the live broadcast, I wanna go and go watch it. Where Cliff Hughes and them were caught with them local style of, you know, all them set up things with them confetti coming down the screen, which was already set up, you know, which was already set up and prepared. And I look over table at top, but we're going to call it now. We're going to call it now, Jamaica. We're going to call it now. We know it was a fake, right? Meanwhile, every other mainstream outlet in a Jamaica, mainstream news outlet who cover the election did not do such a thing. But the truth of the matter is, it's people like me not give them a people no credence. We're not acknowledging my people here as no mainstream media will benefit the people. You understand? I act in the interest of the people. I never. You understand? Remember, I go off on them already, you know. Wickedly, you know. And I wait for their answer and I'll know they not answer. You understand? So, with that being said now, Mark Golding, he must sulk. He must sulk right now because people around him tell him, say, stop from talk about say you win and this and that. Because them realize that the thing is starting to look delusional now. It's starting to look crazy. Right? So that is the situation. You see, when you notice when you don't see where boy name? The one we lose his seat down a center. Yeah, when you notice when you not see him anymore. Him take himself off of the radar because him one of them who want Mark Golding to keep on carry this narrative about saying win. And the people them tell him say stop it. Right? You have a few of the risers them who, you know, them head not fully gone. So them tell him say stop it because it better you not say nothing than to have Mark Golding out there talking about saying win. So the majority basically drown him out, you know, and they're not very happy about it. Mark Golding doesn't mind carrying the narrative that he won. He doesn't mind. And I've said it a long time ago. Anybody who been following my blog from over Facebook, who remember me talk a long time ago, say there is something scary to me about Golden, because you see people where lie comfortably. I'm not talking about a little small line. I'm not talking about some big line. No. Can you see me, guys? Want me to look a bit? My siblings and my cousin, they're afraid for do nothing with me. But can you see, if pressure come down upon me, I start ball and tell everything. Me not like lie. Me not like lie, and me can't tell big. Me rather tell for myself and go on my bed and know some conscience clean and some stay. Honest to God. So when time I see my golden talk, so I'm sitting and tell some lie, and he don't blink when he do it brawling. That's frightening to me, because if you can do something like that and not be bothered by it, it tells me that you are void of a conscience. You're cold. I don't like people like that. I'm telling you. Me not say 1 and 2 times you have to tell a look small life to get yourself out of some serious situation. Not serious legally, but some little situation where you might have to tell a local lie. And you understand? No nothing for harm nobody. No nothing for cause yourself any grave harm or anything like that. One time I come on to big lie, man, me not like people who they sitting there, because me not trust them as far as me can show them. Me not understand the makeup of those people, but I suspect they're not, they don't have the characteristics and makeup as most people. You understand, guys? So the Electoral Commission spoke. I want to know already that this was the final result. JLP won in 7 parishes, PNP in 5, and so on and so forth. And then them tell you about the divisions and everything. And Mark Golding wants to say, he wants to claim victory, full victory for himself. Say that he won because of this man right here, Cliff Hughes. And this is why we say the election blunder that Cliff Hughes made, it is still unsettled. And it is unsettled because of how Cliff Hughes has dealt with it. Right? You come out and you apologize and say, boy, you have to withdraw until you get further data or something like that. Normally, you have to come out in a more serious way and deal with it. You have to come out in a more serious way and tell the people then where you went wrong and accept full responsibility, right? And you may even want to address Mark Golding directly and say, no, sir, you did not win the local government election. But maybe my expectation is too high. So there's a very serious meltdown going on. It's like the risers, them split, because one side want to carry this lie. And as much as this one don't have no integrity, he must say, no, come on, do not take it a little bit too far. You not hear him come out, come talk about say they win? No. You can't come out and do that. But another topic I want to raise with you tonight, guys. When we say the PNP is dead, me mean say ashes, But mean say it's going to have to take a Lazarus moment to wake it back up. Another truth. And nobody cannot come dispute that with me, because nobody has to an idiot. For example, when last one say one PNP meet like this or one opposition, call them opposition. When last I see one opposition meet, PNP meet look like this. This was a drone shot taken at a meeting in Halfway Tree years ago, couple of years ago. Want to tell me in the comment if you ever see a meeting of this magnitude in recent times? No, long time we not see that. Even the local gathering where Andrew wanted make happen, 2 days or a day before the local election. Even that local gathering of JLP supporters, it was pretty decent. You know, we can tell the truth. It was decent, but you have not seen anything of that nature or this one under this Rise United movement leadership. Let us play a video for you guys. And it's not gonna be there's not gonna be any sound. It's about 36 seconds. And it's just a muted drone shot of a PNP gathering. We're not talking about conference crowd, you know. We are talking about a gathering, a meeting, a PNP people coming together. Have a listen, guys. Or have a look. Let me find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so look at the crowd here. Look there, so you can't even find place for walk. Oh no, look there. Look there, guys. You can't find place for drive. The whole two side of the sitting. Look there. When last you see this? Una think say Mark Golden and Bunting and Dayton and them look fringe elements there. Una think say them can't ever come out a road and blow one trumpet or whatever it is and call out Jamaica people them for come do this? In the 4 years they haven't done it. And that goes to show you, say, when me say the PNP is dead, it is no joke. So what do we have? We have the Rise United faction or movement. And I said they're on life support. I probably should have said in a coma, you know, but I think you guys get the gist. But yeah, they're basically on life support. Much to the point where these are the things they resort to. Putting shackles and chains on people and taking it off and doing some gimmicks and comedy show and nothing serious, to the point where they can't even write a budget speech. It turns into an attack speech because they think that they're still campaigning. They're stuck in campaign mode against themselves, basically. This is what it comes down to. Life support. Good night, Lola. Let's see. Where's Miss Sonia? Carlton, good night. Welcome back. Yeah, guys, me have to bless up my members them. Yeah, because they're very special over here. Let's see. So Rosalie, good night. Yes, your expectations are too high. They all don't have no integrity. It's true, man. You know, CPR. We're saying what CPR, Lola? Mighty God, man. Them are gonna need more than CPR. But guys, to be honest with you, me now say the PNP cannot resurrect, you know, like Lazarus, you know. It can happen. But for right now, it is dead. And it's just the truth. Thanks to Peter Bunting. Yeah, me say electro, you always come down with the hammer right on the head of the nail. Right there, so. It dead right now. Not function none at all. And I just the truth. And it has been replaced by this life support situation here. One of the most disappointing things I've seen in our politics in recent times is this disgusting, despicable act on the platform where they're putting shackles. And people, some people, a handful of people, they want to talk as if we're supposed to accept that as some joke. I would never find that funny in any place in the world. Under no circumstance, this is funny to me. This is highly offensive. And this goes to show you that the PNP is dead, because under no PNP leadership would you ever see such insanity take place. Never. They can't get the Jamaican people them to come out and be enthusiastic and all these things. They're just not able to do it. And this is so troubling, because in any country, you want to have a functional opposition and a functional government. Right? Remember, we can't settle for mediocre and we can't accept mediocre. Our expectation is going to be high, and if it's not being met, by people who claim to have what it takes, then they can't get us to respect the thing, or take them serious. It's a joke. Look at it. It's a joke. Like, seriously. You show this to a group of first grader, then laugh till then dead. My little daughter, when she younger, everything she in her teeth. All she did little and silly, she just say, "Mommy, look," and just laugh and drop on the ground. Cause they don't know better. But a big woman like me and big people like Uno, we see this, we're not going to laugh about it. Because we know this, guys, this violates everything. It doesn't get any worse than this. So when we say deceased and depend life support, is that a serious thing? Hold on just a second, guys. Now, let us go to this story that we started covering last night about the gentleman, Mr. Keith Blake. Keith Blake is a lucky man, because his wife, Dr. Claudette Blake, she fight for justice for him, And I come to understand, say, he was hit in the back. And at the back of his body, him get hit, Yes. For those of you who don't know and just seen this for the first time, Mr. Blake, Mr. Keith Blake, was an accountant and a businessman. And his wife, Dr. Claudette Blake, they both resided in Red Hills in Jamaica. In 2010, March 27, March 27, I believe, yeah. The soldier, three JDF members approached his home. Them said them upon operation. The Tivoli issue was going on. Right? They were in search of Dodos, them say. And this was the outcome, people. This is the home of Mr. Blake and his wife. That's his vehicle in the driveway right there in front of his house. And this was the aftermath. He was hit 21 times. So, Bunting gave these soldiers certificate of good faith or immunity. And he gave this immunity in 2016. That was how many years? 6 years after it actually happened. He wasn't even the security minister at the time. He was the opposition spokesperson at the time on national security. When this happened, the JLP was in power. So he comes in, and 3 days before the general election, he gives the soldiers immunity. Gave the soldiers immunity certificate, I mean. Say a good faith. Say they set out to do something, that was in the interest of the public, right? But no investigation was done. They were charged, but the investigation, it never tell we say they were in good faith. I am alone who say it was in good faith. I am alone who say it was in good faith. When you're acting in good faith, in the interest of the public, okay, you make sure so you have the right intelligence when you are going there, fully armed. And you say you go out there in a good faith. This is not good faith. This doesn't demonstrate good faith. You have your intelligence, you know, you have your intelligence properly, and you have everything that you need, legally. Not because of SOE. You can't just run going to people place and do them something because of SOE. I could never, ever see this and be okay with it. And Paula Llewellyn and all those people, they charge these men from it happening, from way earlier on. And even when Bunting knows that the people them get charged, 2016, the man come out 6 years later. Couple of days, 3 days from an election, he might go talk about certificate of good faith. You know, there's something wrong with that man here. One of the reasons why the Constitutional Court said it is unconstitutional. Yes, them love to behave like say them believe in a constitutional rights and they're about people's rights and rights. That is not true. Okay? Because the Constitution, remember, you don't need in the compound 1 year. Because you want to see what happened. And the man wife say, in I'm back and get hit. Right? I'm trying to find the text where she said it. Yeah, she said it here. At the end of the day, we have, hold on, let me find it. Hold on. At the end of the day, we have to deal with the fact that the deceased, this was an attorney. I'm sorry, guys. This was an attorney who said this. At the end of the day, we have to deal with a family that the deceased, we have to deal with the fact that the deceased, whose family is here, got 21 shots to the back. I think this was a representative of Indicom who made this comment, right? The criminal proceedings were first initiated July of 2012. That was 2 years later by the DPP Paula Llewellyn. But they stalled in 2018 after it was disclosed that certificates of immunity were granted to the soldiers by Bunting. 2016. Bunting must come tell the people them and tell Jamaica, why is it that it was at the end of his term and 3 days before a general election that he gave the men these illegal certificates of immunity? Because from it unconstitutional, it's illegal, guys. From it unconstitutional, it is illegal. See it there? Jamaica sign this. A Bunting sign this. And I want to tell you something further. A pinch and tell me that one here. So nobody go call me name. Pinch and tell you no. A source told me yesterday after watching the program in confidentiality, because I know we never come out here and call up nobody name. We don't do them stuff there. But a very credible source told me that Portia did not authorize or knew anything about it. Portia didn't know anything about it. And it makes sense because when we look at the timeline, that it happened 3 days before the election. 3 days before the election. Portia never have no time for look on that or you understand? And Portia is a smart woman. Portia would have never authorized something like that. And she would have been smart enough to understand that you cannot give somebody a certificate of immunity under this circumstance and before a trial commenced. When people get immunity, guys, most of the time after you see, then get prosecuted. That's how you go. So in boss, Portia, she never know nothing. Him never have the decency to tell her or ask her. And she never signed that. Him want sign it. See the date upon it? February 22, 2016. The election was February 23rd. Yes. That is the work of Bunting. Illegal. And then them come out and talk all sort of things about people and what they're doing wrong. But when they do wrong, it seems like they have a right to do it and shouldn't be called into question. How can you do something like that? It doesn't make any sense. Hold on, guys. Let me get to some of these comments. Oh, and I want to call this. Hold on. Somehow not take that pinch up something at too far, Yes, so now normally when you pinch people, they vex. Or then quiet. But somehow when just a kin no teeth, me a pinch you now just a laugh. So I don't stop it, We not take that pinch up something at too far. Yeah, we want to talk about the meltdown with Liz. Let me call Liz. Give me a second, guys. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Liz. How are you?
Well, I'm happy that I was very worried because it seems like our program last night sort of rattled the powers that be including Bunting, so then we just get back up power so with a sweat. But I'm happy now.
Yes, so good night, Liz. Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you for having me. And good night, everybody.
Yeah, man, them I hear you. Remember, say you then come here for you, nobody not really come here for hear me again in the Liz. I hear show now, Are you them come for hear? But Liz, tonight we started out with the internal meltdown. I don't know if you hear about it, my love, but a source told me that there's an internal meltdown going on, and I think we saw it demonstrated with all Bunting, lost his sense of adult, I guess you could say. Started showing a tantrum and behaving a certain type of way. And you say, oh, him give Mark Golding the messed up data and make Nigel Clark bring him down and all these things. But I am hearing that the election outcome and what Cliff Hughes say is still causing a problem because Mark Golding and Dayton Campbell, they want to continue carrying this narrative to them win local election. And there's a couple of people who are saying, no, don't do that because we're starting to look crazy.
Well, good night again to everybody. First of all, let's before I deal with the meltdown, could I just say something? The pardon that Bunting unilaterally signed. There is a Minister of Defense who will be the Prime Minister, so it will Portia. Then there's a Defense Council chaired by the Prime Minister, and on that council you have Minister of Justice, Minister of National Security, the JDF, head of the JDF, and the head of the JCF. That body had to be consulted by a mate for the pardon to be drafted. Then the person who actually authorized or signed off on the pardon is the Governor General. So those were that is the entire set of people who Bunting actually, quote unquote, overthrew when he signed that unilateral pardon, signed for him alone. That's why there was no official government of Jamaica seal because he couldn't go to Portia because he had to have a meeting. So that I'd like to clear up that. Now the meltdown is as I've said, as I've been saying for the longest while, Bunting, the powering of the dream is about Bunting, and Bunting is obsessively sick that to become Prime Minister of Jamaica. That's all he wants, to become Prime Minister of Jamaica. Therefore, having spent on the day itself, local government election day, 650 million, 100 million was spent in Papine Division alone, and having lost, and now finally have to accept that they were beaten in the local government election. Bunting has gone berserk.
So you know things that Cliff Hughes must try feel like I think he needs to do a little more to say, this was a huge mistake, should not have happened based on, the results that we had and everything like that. And even after the result, if he say must come out and talk something and stop make it look like say boy the EOJ and the ECJ did something wrong. Cause I saw the risers them start make it look a Mark Gold in them,
Yes, but understand Cliff Hughes is on the radio station that is not. We are sure we can somehow get the information. Status on paying is broadcasting license. Please, we don't because so that's right. The station is in the control of the administration. And Mark Golden and Peter Bunting is also in that camp. Therefore, Cliff Hughes was paid. He was paid by them, the two, to do exactly what he did on election night. It has backfired in his face. So we're not going here because Cliff Hughes was paid to do that and to say the things he said and give Mark Golding the impression that he had won. Because what the JLP wants is for Mark Golding to stay there. Montague said it to us, the nation. Give us 3 hits of him, them gone 1. They do not want the People's National Party to be realigned. They do not want the People's National Party MPs them to move him as opposition leader and put Lisa. They do not want the PNP to be restored. Therefore, the whole game is being played to keep Mark Golding there, and then Mark Golding now being delirious and delusional with Bunting. they are trying to sell the narratives that they won the local government because seven mayors were sworn in under the PNP banner, and the electoral office has done its job eloquently, excellently, and therefore people has begun to accept that yes, JLP won 5 parish council, PNP won 5 municipal councils, and the KSAM seeded 31 tied evenly 2020. Mayor PNP, Deputy Mayor JLP. The country has now finally accepted that. So the person suffering from the seriousness of the delusion is Bunting Golden. Nothing wrong with Cliff Hughes. Him get peer and him get millions.
Liz. Where's nothing wrong with Cliff Hughes?
No, Cliff Hughes was paid by them
to
create that imprint that had a backfire on them. So no cost Cliff Hughes. They were earning money. I mean, in station, I need the money.
Mighty God. Me feel that boy, it just look away to me.
Yes, it does.
It look away to me because what me I say no. Them a try to tell Mark. Mark is vexed. You know, like what they take go and look up in the time, they not chat to nobody. Them vexed. I notice how you don't see Dayton from where they me yes, yeah, because Dayton vexed because them don't want to agree with him to carry the narrative that Mark win. Dayton and Mark look, me not go say Mark. I'm saying me not come out and trouble him again. Dayton is a natural born pathological liar. And them want him want to drag Mark in the direction of make we continue to win the local election. And the rest of people they must say no. Let's sleep in dogs' lie because they know they don't win.
Yeah, but if all right, Dayton, 3 ladies exposed Dayton Campbell for who he is at the end of failure. And Mark Golden, when asked, Mark Golden said, I'm sticking with him. Therefore, Dayton Campbell knows that Mark Golden has this serious issue, mental disorder. And therefore, Dayton Campbell, I don't know, I have been around several of them. I have friends who have children who are, there's one of the girls, one of my friends, our daughter, you look at her, just looking at physical features, she looks perfectly normal. It's when you begin to converse that you realize that there's this problem of autism. Now, Dayton Campbell is cruel. And Dayton Campbell is using that. And Mark Golden is being abused by Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting, and the mastermind behind it all. And because of the abuse now, the PNP MPs are the real, at this point in time, they are the real problem. The MPs. And there's a specific group I'm talking about. The male MPs whose testosterone is acting up and they are refusing to accept that they need no urgency of no to remove Mark Golden. Because one of the things, International Autism Day and International Autism Association color is blue. Peter Bunting and Mark Golden has changed. That is the party color they are using, blue, right? So that is another admission. And Dayton Campbell is evil. Dayton Campbell is a cruel character. And he is going down the tube. So he's the one misleading Mark Golden because the country has finally fully accepted, informed, educated by the PNP resistance that no, the JLP won the 7 municipal councils and the PNP won 5 and 1 tie. The country has finally accepted that. So the delusion is getting more serious, and the MPs in the PNP are the ones who need to act. Mark Golden is over his head. He can't manage the job as opposition leader. He can't manage the job as party leader. And them, because see Julian Robinson get dragged down the rabbit hole there. Come out. And I tell Wilmington, come out. Bam. No poorer. my golden speech can continue. It have no recording in the answer up to the point where they stopped and start. See, so Julian Robinson now is being looked at nationally.
Well,
as
Liz, wait the man, right? wait the man. Where you say autism month and them particular blue?
Yeah, autism is the international color of the International Autism Association. Tuesday was International Autism Day, and the autism color is blue.
And for particular blue, Bunting them?
Yeah, Rise United Movement Party color is blue. That's their color. That's the color they have chosen. It is blue. So, we're in a serious situation, but the MPs are playing stubborn.
Well, all right. So, Julian, when Mr. Julian I run out Warmington from outside Parliament, me I wonder to myself say if this is a setup to make sure say Mark not finish his speech, because Julian would have known that when you don't have nobody in there, you don't have no more court to continue.
Right.
So how you gonna run out the people from out there? You know what? It look to me like them never want the speech to finish, right? Because it cannot be that Julian understand.
Well, you just raised an interesting point. It could be what you call it, a mini coup to get Mark to shut up because of what Mark was saying now. And the budget, it wasn't a real budget presentation. It rather was a political onslaught and a political attack against the speaker, which was out of place. So maybe you're right, they wanted him to stop, and the speech was stupid enough. So they recognized. So that was a way of ending him, and he was recorded in the answer up to the point when they started chasing all the jail people and ended the quorum. So the rest of him, the major portion of his presentation is not recorded. And then Bunting, the delusion got worse when Bunting went and attacked on the attack in the upper house in the Senate on the Friday. And so, but it could be, and one is open then that one can now begin to read between the lines that maybe there are discussions now when is the appropriate time to remove him, because he's way over his head. It is now clearly obvious that he can manage the job of opposition leader and party president. He can manage none of the two offices. So the PMP know, the MPs them now need to get situation in place, but Julian now, as you pointed out, very interesting, thank you for that, is positioning himself for leadership. So, and that the people now want him neither. So, interesting time, but that is a good point you pointed out. They didn't want the speech to continue because the speech wasn't making any sense. So,
that's a good point, because when they said the speech don't make no sense, could it be that this speech don't make no sense to Bunting why I'm taking it to go finish it in the Senate, the way Omar deliver it?
No, man. Him are the writer, Him are the writer.
Yeah, but if him think say Mark deliver the speech properly, because Mark went the whole speech was about this good governance thing where they come with, because as me tell the people them last week, and now we don't hear how Mark Golding is going to fund the $3 million tax threshold that he spoke of. I listened to the whole thing just because I want to bring my viewers the accurate information. But listen to the whole thing, and I did not hear how he was going to fund it. So Bunting never need for come in there can repeat nothing but a good governance.
No, but that the good governance, the title of their budget presentation of Mark Golding, and continued by Peter Bunting, two parts, part one and part two. When what they actually planned, was to launch a general election campaign using the budget presentation. That's why the topic is, rather than on the budgetary situation and how I'm going to finance the 3 million, what I'm going to do for minimum wage work, how I'm going to look at the union movement, how I'm going to look at the etc., relating to the budget, or the allocation to each ministry as Nigel had laid it out, etc. They, having been beaten in the local government election, Bunting, like when Dr. Phillips beat him and they run the alternate campaign in 2020, while Dr. Phillips was on one end of the island campaigning, they were on the other end campaigning with Golden, telling people, don't go out there and vote for PNP. But Peter Bunting is Peter Phillips is unelectable and PNP can't win. So this is what they are doing now. Them trying to railroad the government, having been beaten and Bunting vexed. Him spent 650 million on February 26th and lose the local government. So Bunting, them come now and launch them general election campaign part 2 and use the stage of the budget. But then Julian Robbins short circuited when he run out the JLP, them and the JLP, them take the advice and come out. So the quorum ended. But it's really, them don't use the budget, was making the presentation in answer to a Nigel budget presentation. It was the launch part 2 of the general election campaign. Because you remember the campaign of the local government, Mark was talking about it as the general election campaign him launch. And it backfired, them lose. So now them come with part 2.
Okay.
The illusion that we are talking about is real, you know. It's real, them going to pieces.
Liz, I know you may not agree with me, I say. I believe, and as I have expressed to the viewers here tonight, that the PNP is dead and Rise is on life support. When I look at the previous gatherings of the PNP supporters, and I'm not talking about in a conference, because conference is like a tradition in a Jamaica. All if no leader at all, no day. People go and turn out for conference, whether you are JLP and PNP. Conference is a part of our culture in a Jamaica. But me I talk about if you keep all a mass meeting somewhere or, a conference or something like that. Not a conference as in the annual conference, but like a constituency conference or something. You are not seeing the turnout as you have seen in the past. So that is why I say the PNP is dead. Maybe can resurrect later on, me no know. But the Rise United movement, them on life support. Do you agree with that, Liz?
All right. Yes and no. The People's National Party, you may not believe what I am going to answer and say. The People's National Party, as we know it, the core, the party founded by Damanushka and Manley, has been listening to 4 ladies. 4. Yourself, Michelle, and Karen. The core of the People's National Party has followed the lead of Lisa Anna. So the People's National Party has withdrawn. The core of the People's National Party has withdrawn themselves actively, PD workers, canvassers, etc. They are actually following the lead of Lisa Anna, who in that letter exposed to the media by Mark Golden said she's drawing herself away. That is what has happened. So in that sense, it seems as if the PNP is dead. Then now, by withdrawing and the leadership right now of the People's National Party, the core is Lisa Anna. By doing what they are doing, they have forced the Rise people to step out front. And having stepped out front, it is now obviously made clear that Rise cannot lead anything. Them can't lead the country, them can't lead the PNP. Yeah. Them can't lead the country, them can't lead the PNP. Therefore, it means that some decision, some appropriate decision has to be made, and made in short order. Right? Because the government has realized, as I said, Montague said he wants 3 election winning result after Goldie. The first one is the local government. So something now has to give. The PNP people, the base, the core of the PNP people is now up in arms. They want the removal. I mean, I just make up something. It's out of road. They want the removal of Mark Goldie. Peter Bunting, in desperation, realizes that Therefore, there is now a serious internal struggle. People everywhere, they don't know my mother and with my sister, I'm going to buy chemicals. People are arguing. People have started campaigning, asking Lisa. And as I've been saying, Lisa is not going anywhere, but Lisa crippled them by saying, I saw a worker who lives
So,
in
so Liz, this is why
yeah?
you just say Lisa cripple them.
Yeah, Lisa crippled them.
Liz
By
did.
writing that letter, and she knew the idiot was going to go to the press with it, and she makes sure she not have the person never know when she gave. And exactly what she thought he would have done him, run out to the press with it. So now it's there, but the whole country and the core base of the People's National Party is now following every lead that Lisa Anna takes.
But Liz, you realize that there are some people who them seem to have a real problem with Andrew Holness. And I'm talking about the people them who come out of social media and cuss Andrew Holness every day. And they don't like Lisa. They feel like, it's because of her why Mark Golding is not swelling the ground and getting a real true, voter enthusiasm going on, and Andrew Holness now go down in a hole like how them that want him to go down in a hole. So they must say, see, you girl Lisa, you make this happen area. But me personally, Liz, you know how me stay. Me not follow fool people. Me not make no fool lead me. Me not follow people when I have no credibility we can't articulate. Me follow if me not have a problem working as a team with people, Me is a total team player. But you have to be somebody who I can follow. You understand? So me I say no. If Lisa with her caliber, right, this supposed to continue. And we need to let the viewers them also know that, and just because of that, they were abusing her. Bunting and Dayton Campbell, them of them bloggers was abusing her and trying to defame and smear her. She had all the right to withdraw from that toxic situation before before she end up like Melissa Silvera. Okay?
No, they trust me. They went very far, but them can't kill her. Don't trust me. She might have very smart man, very powerful man. But what I am saying,
not that they wouldn't try. Liz, me know, but not that they wouldn't try because Bunting. Let me tell you something. You see, when we said desperate time, call for desperate measure, we must not underestimate that statement. People, people with some evilous things, Look what happened to Melissa and this man lay down head pan pillar and make how much baby and live together. And somebody like this can come take you out like that. Who you can trust?
No, but I know that before Melissa, the gun was inserted in Melissa's womb and she was shot in the womb. That is how vicious they are, the risers. But before Melissa, the risers attacked a great member of impeachment some things over campaign. The great East Portland MP, the risers, they went as far while he was in China looking for help for his people in East Portland. Them all a pool, an illegal pool, and say him lose him seat. So when him come back home, Dr. Bloomfield said, but almost lose my seat as MP, me not resign. Me never tell nobody say me I resign. Me go run again. So pool must all of me lose my seat to Andrea Moore. And then Portia send Julian Robinson, they must in the whole issue. And then Dr. Bloomfield, a date was set, before the by-election, So people knew that Dr. Bloomfield was going to be murdered. A date was set for the by-election before he was killed. And Dr. Bloomfield was stabbed 6 times in his back. He was found and him thumped the man and stabbed him. And when he get the first stab, him turn on and thumped the man. And the Tuesday, and God knows, well, we will leave the side. But Dr. Bloomfield was most viciously abused also by the risers. Bunting financed the woman terror campaign against Dr. Bloomfield. He did him finance her. right? And then Melissa. So and then a person was hired for Lisa and businessmen in Southeast Centre, and there was a meeting Bunting held, and the statement Bunting made in the presence of those businessmen: I am going to remove Lisa Anna from Southeast Centre and by any means necessary. People don't forget, remember I get too short, it's so young. Therefore, we don't know, it's not a set. But Lisa Hannah, remember Lisa got him asked Lisa 2021 to come in conference, and Lisa went with this beautiful black shirt with a t-shirt with one word written in red, progressive. And then them still continue. So Lisa said, look, smartly, she pulled back, one step back for two steps forward. It's a socialist court, right? And Lisa, by stepping back from them, see Lisa crippled them crippled. Because the worker where him live in a jungle, I'm a good friend, and he work at the company where I said, Tranquil. And I said, boy, if Lisa would have done this, when we hear him come down, so calm, and I beg me, we said, I start I listen to him and my friend style, and I did with laugh. But Lisa,
for tell you the truth,
MP is following Lisa's lead.
For tell you the truth, some of the people them we are listening right now, them can attest to this. A whole heap of people I write me and I text and call and ask me say if Lisa really a leave for true. The people them sick and tired, The people them sick and tired. Me not know if Lisa leave me love, but the people them don't see this rise movement as a replacement for the PNP that Jamaica people have come to know, where when there's any kind of meeting, there's pandemonium, there's a lot of people and all. It's like a huge, I don't know, some cultural event of some sort,
Yeah, the conference Mark Willing had last year. First of all, he had it in the January 2021, he attacked the leadership. That's how stupid they are. He attacked the founder, say that person, Norman Washington Man is not the founder. That's the first mistake he made. And Matt said, probability said, once you start on the wrong premise, then the answer can be wrong. And they have continued on the wrong premise. Starting on the wrong premise, they have continued. Then now, he's the most profound of the Dr. Faith made her the face of the campaign, and we would have won in 2020 general. We would have won. They now launch Bunting, Golding, Dayton Campbell, Ian Eels, Angela Brownberg, and her husband. She's still a fight. I'm losing battle to position herself, and nobody in a PR call the post them show all a superficial post them show all the people. They started realizing what had happened is that them start attacking Lisa. In 2021, in keep the conference in October, and the man when he found a birthday, it flopped. In 2022, him come out, and I think them got the arena, them get 3,000 something. And in 2023, last year, them get the same 3,000 something, and them flop even bigger.
But Liz, that nothing. Me not feel like the conference is a marker or an indication of anything, because guess what? When conference keeping on, whether JLP conference or PNP conference, the people them are gonna attend. It's an outing. It's a day of going out and interacting with people, and you know them way there. So in my view, the people them are always come a conference.
Natalie, no PNP conference. No PNP conference fall under 20,000 alive. None. Not fall under 20,000. Well, the biggest ones, PDA, 2002, after 3, almost 200,000. Michael Malley, 1980, 150,000. PDA have some big ones, Michael Malley, some bigger ones. But no PNP conference don't fall under 20,000. None. Mark Golding cannot get 4,000 people to come to a PNP conference. Well, the Rice conference. not PMP.
Yeah, talk about come a conference. How much people then can get for come out come vote in one general election?
All right. In a local government, much more general.
Well, look, Liz, you would have really talk about local government when you talk about the caliber of this. We must say local government has 70% of the people never come out. Come on now, man.
Yeah, 70.1% never come out. That is what I'm saying. So therefore, it tells me, and not me alone, other bright, quick, PMP person pick it up. The people never follow Lisa. Because Lisa win her in a fair 4 division in the southeast, and she must campaign for one other man and the person, woman and the person win. And the voter turnout, because she get higher than the national average voter turnout to mark them get. Therefore, it tells you that the people them follow Lisa. And the MP they know who in the eagle. Because Julian Robinson know a position himself. That's why I'm about this speech. Thank you for saying that. Julian Robinson about Mark Bolin presentation, it was really a political rally speech.
Liz, Liz, you're wicked, You're wicked, so no, yeah, I don't know. You have to start telling people, them say Julian run out the labor right them from the parliament because they didn't want them to end Mark Bolin's speech. Come on. Oh, Jesus.
There is an internal struggle now inside the risers. It's risers cutting risers' throat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And them desperately want beg Lisa to come in there and Lisa now go. So the argument, the situation now is the ball is in the MP, the PMP, MP, them board to make a decision and make it no because the country is hurting and hurting bad. If don't take my word for it, if I don't get to live to be 95, any old Lisa Anna is placed there, no, the whole country erupt. And anything she said, she get 300,000, 400,000 people come out the road, start demonstrate, press, forget the government to do it, the country want them to do.
You feel so?
We get a 95% voter turnout. The people them are wait for them leadership. Them reject Mark, them reject Bunting, them reject Dayton, them reject Angela Brownberg. See her husband there, he might call for up at GSC where he used to go. And in the picture, I send the article to you. Yeah. How much of them? 6 of them. That not even in old school, Paulberg can get 10 people.
Where my protest up there for? Where my protest up at JC for?
There is a serious situation in terms of discrepancies of $23 million that can be accounted for.
So where the box
my backing friend where supposedly it was head of the old boy situation on name somebody named one JDF soldier named Jared. So I feel him friend and him back him and the one named Peter Blake, but they organize and make game and run from East Rural St. Andrew. Because them drive fear in a day and feel life. So the thing is that the country reject the risers, profoundly reject them. And if the country don't get Lisa, it's going to be worse. Andrew Holness is going to win the general election if Mark Bolin is there with his riser team. See them turn him in an idiot. There's 77 man our person shadow cabinet. Shadowed by shadow. Shadow 1, shadow 2, and shadow 3 in a one ministry. All them foolishness there. So
Lord Jesus.
They must stand up on them head.
People if you never there. I went last week Friday if you never there. We did a program on the shadow cabinet of the current opposition. 77 people. Me not exaggerate when I go on back and watch it. There are 77. Don't count it, Liz. First we get 76 and then we get 77. 77 people them having a shadow cabinet. You never see this in a Jamaica history, And the government has 17 ministers So I want to tell me which past 77 people ago. But I explain and tell you why they did that. There are some people within the PNP who helped them as in Bunting and Golden. They assisted them in the sabotage operation. So they promised them that when they capture the party and buy it for the 10 million or Mark Golden same a buy it for. When they do that, them going to reward the people them who help them to commit those, you know, horrible acts, that they were going to reward them. So that's why you see a 77-person cabinet, shadow cabinet. We never see this in our history yet. The amount of fraud, where them have people here come with to take over the 80-odd-year-old party. Yo, if any other country, them gone to prison, Mark Golden, and Bunting, and all of the something them what they do. Corrupted the electoral system. We never see nothing like this yet. Normally, when they don't agree, Normally, when you don't agree with what a political party is doing, if you're a part of it, you friggin' leave, you exit. But for the things that they stayed in there and did and the leak and everything, what I say, trust and believe me, these people are frightening. And then when you see the murder now with Melissa, and they act like nothing happened, they're silent, they're afraid. Well, not afraid, but they refuse to say to the country, this man has been expelled from our party. It just cements the fact that these are some very evil, vicious set of people. Nah, Liz, you know me, I gotta talk the truth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you balance, So that is the interesting part of it now. And what is happening to them, Them are implode. Because it is now obvious to the whole country, the entire country, that these clowns, these crooks, these criminals are criminal minds. That series there in a way, me love the police series them, when more all of the police. But one day, criminal minds, Jesus and crime them, after the first 13 chapters, when we see, it was the murder them did so gruesome that after I me get freed me alone for watch it. I mean love the series, them take it at TV. It did well at them people now. And the thing is now the country's finally accepting what you girls lead and told them. They are fraud. Them can't lead nothing.
And years people attack it.
Rejecting them and it's rejecting them. And if the MP, Julian Robinson, start position himself, because that's why I'm about the speech. If the country now wake up and start now, the PMP act now and revive the organization in the interest of the masses, then it is going to look like joke. I mean, I tell you, for people out there, it is being discussed by the Antria, the taxi, the Igla. We're going to coronation market now. And that's one of the reasons I stop. I have a Peter Phillips and a Lisa band, where the Lisa one get each in my fence and birth. And Igla in a coronation market, in the belly of West Kingston, that. And the Igla said to me, say, I want to do over PMP, I want to do with Lisa. And she have a green band on her hand. I not tell you if I name the planet. So the serious.
The diaspora attack it too. The diaspora attack it too, because I've been to several diaspora events and you talk to the people in the room and rare. You want to tell you an interesting story. When I was in Atlanta, I think 2 years ago, right as we were coming out of COVID, and they had the Atlanta Jamaica ball that they do every year, the organization in Atlanta for the Jamaican community. And when Lisa was invited as a keynote speaker that time, and Liz, I talked to a woman. She said she just moved from Florida to come to Georgia. And she said when she was in Florida, she attended the diaspora, something where Bunting and Golden them did go. Yes. You remember? And she said when she got there, and she comparing it to going to the Atlanta Jamaica organization event where Lisa was, She said she wonder to herself, say, what the PNP really are do? Because she said the one who should go to Florida, it come like say somebody kind of sponsored them and had this little drink up kind of situation in a them backyard or garage or something like that. So you understand? And then put out so nice little tablecloth and put couple drinks on it. But the one in Atlanta now, it was held at the Marriott Conference Hall near the airport at Hartford, and there were people there. It was a ball, some members say people are coming at them nice gown and them have Fab. What the band name? I must say Fab Five. One of them long time band there. Big people, big woman. Yeah, them big people band there. And you have people who came up from Florida. You had the consul general was there. You had some distinguished people there, Lisa and her husband and her ex-husband and her son and her sister and so forth. And it was such a wonderful time. But when you hear the conversations in the room, especially that one lady who was sitting at my table, and when she tell me, say, she did the gathering in a Florida where Mark Golden and Bunting them go. You want to see my ears? Like one time dog hear somebody are coming in yard and their ears stick up. And some my ears go, may I wait for ears, she tell me about it. So she say, she give me the whole description of how the event. I say then, it look like say then call one somebody at Florida where they know. And they say, listen, we are coming now, so set up a little thing. And them say, all right, open the garage, put out a couple table, spread some tablecloth, ray. But them not officiate. You understand? No one at the diaspora then go then do official.
Official. But remember, you sent us picture in a live. You were wearing a black, elegant looking dress. You were elegant. You were pretty the night. And remember, you sent us picture with
one thing. I think we go live too. Yeah, me go live too.
You didn't send us, they showed us a different person and there was an award ceremony. Yeah, man.
She could have sit down, Liz. She could have sit down in a piece. Everybody want picture. After she do the speech and them something there, and you want hear the people them in the room. But that speech they sound very Prime Minister, That was after she announced that she was leaving. After she announced she was leaving. So I say that to say there is a clear distinction between what the Jamaican people have come to know as the PNP and what they came to know 4 years ago, the Rise United movement. It is a very sad situation. Worse now, them going at them first election, the local government election, where them are pressure the government for do. The government tell them, say, be careful what you wish for. But constitutionally, we're not going side with nobody who want hold on pan election. So the government did the right thing and called the local election, which Cliff used, come pull a stunt, tell Mark Golden same win. Me say, Liz, the politics crisscross, the politics chaka,
Yeah, man, and cross-eyed. And not me, severely not me. Yeah, man. Terrible, man. And as I said, the whole game is being played because Mark Golden is mentally incapacitated to lead anything. So Mark Golden is being severely abused by Peter Bunting, the card. Powering the Dream is Peter Bunting. Fanatical obsession in becoming Prime Minister. Him sister go down the drain, it never happen. So he's becoming more desperate. Right? And the MPs them, so good and Robinson about the speech there, and them know in a position for himself. Brownbrook realized that she not have nowhere to go. So it is now the people and the PNP core member, because the PNP core membership is about 40,000 people, That is the core membership. And then you have the sympathizers with number another good amount, right? And so the PNP core membership is following Lisa, listening to Lisa, reading the articles. And I am sure Lisa has been called, spoken to, that, you need to stay. And the pressure is being applied to get rid of Mark Golden and Peter Bunting.
What a sight.
This Keith Clark case
Yeah.
is going to be the nail in Bunting's coffin, because what has been revealed is that he signed no official government of Jamaica seal was on those pardons.
It's a bandulo, something him do, man, a real bandulo.
Right, and the Governor General is responsible with the official Governor General seal, who actually signed a document authorizing pardon. And the Defense Council consists of the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, the Minister of Justice, the JDF head, and the JCF head. That I'm also the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Defense. That is the council that should have met, and then the decision taken, and then this document with the official seal sent to the Governor General, and him sign the pardon thing. As some, you know, Constitution got a little bit with what I done.
One man tell me today, say him is a liar. And him say, not even the Prime Minister of Jamaica could have come right now pardon for no police or soldier 6 years after the fact when there has not been a trial. And that the liar tell me, The man say, listen, I will never come to public by a platform because I don't do public, public discussions because of my job. I said, don't worry yourself, I understand that. But he pretty much explained that what Bunting did was illegal.
Very illegal. It is a bordering on treason, because what he did was acted as if he was Prime Minister, and as Prime Minister, the lawyer right to tell you that we said last night, make sure talk to lawyers, and anybody all our friends ask the lawyers. The Prime Minister can grant pardon. The Minister of National Security can grant pardon. It never dropped in a fee purview, really. It was mostly under the Ministry of Justice and the Council. Yeah, after I've had a meeting of the Security Council.
Yeah.
The Defense Council, sorry. And then now the soldiers face trial in a military court.
Aye.
And then the document would have to go to the Governor General, and the Governor General put the official Governor General seal on it and pardon them.
A whole heap of paperwork when you talk about for pardon people and them something there. And that's why it's not common for prime ministers and presidents to pardon people before they go before a court. Because you have to see what took place and if they acted in the within the guidelines of what their job within the law for one, and within their scope of practice. Did they get an order? Who did they get the order from? What did the order contain? Were they supposed to go to this man yard? All of them something. Was it a mistake? We need to know these things before you can talk about pardon and immunity. But Bunting them do not follow rules and regulation. They're narcissistic, and then don't feel say it applied to them. But again, guys, may I ask the JCF if you're over here watching Jamaica Constabulary Force, you see that man, your wife, Dr. Claudette? Dr. Claudette. Dr. Clark.
No, he's Clark.
Yeah, no man, him wife may talk.
Claudette Clark.
Yeah, Dr. Claudette Clark. I beg you to put that woman there in a police protection. Right? Make sure to protect our family. Because this is gonna be you see the cartel case, and you see the Sylvia case. This is gonna be much bigger than that, because you have a former national security minister who can give the man them immunity, which is illegal, because the constitutional court say it is unconstitutional. And if it is unconstitutional, don't it illegal?
Yeah, man, it's illegal. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. Couldn't stand up. It couldn't stand up. The Governor General seal on the planet, and him the only person can grant pardon. After consultation with the Ministry of Justice.
And likewise,
and the office of the Prime Minister.
And likewise, who else have to watch themselves to another case here? Paula Llewellyn. She have to make sure she have her security And she's
No,
protected.
right. But not only that, Paula, the three females, Lisa, Paula, and Claudette, the three of them, because him going to plead, Bunting is going to plead temporary insanity, you know, the American terminology. Him never conscious, him mind is gone, him is gone mad temporarily when he make them, when him do them things. So, you know, he might go plead temporary insanity, but I mean, that's people.
No, sir. Liz, you need to hang up. No, I can't manage you. No, sir. Where's a temporary insanity? Papa jeez,
Yeah,
that alone can save him, you know. Papa Jesus. No, I see. You know, set all come together now.
Yeah,
Although me did I say after the whole cartel thing where Bert Samuel say Paula tell the judge say for keep on with the case with the tainted juror. Me I say no man if that Paula for step down. But you know me I understand now, Liz. You see, that's why we have to talk about these things, you know. You know me I understand now. Due to Paula from 2012, me read and tell the audience here from 2012, Paula charged the officer them and started to pursue justice for Mr. Keith Clark. So it look like say from 2012, you know, so the only people them who are cost Paula how much years now are the risers them.
Yeah, man.
So it look like say Bunting set the risers them from Paula all these years.
Yes, that is what he has been doing. Him set them pan Damien, him set them pan Raymond, him set them pan Hugo Cannon, him set them pan Lisa, him set them pan Dr. Phillips, him set them pan Paula, him set them pan there's another prominent person.
Him set them pan Andrew too.
That is what he is doing, you know. He has become it is serious, you know. It is very serious what is happening to him. And each month that passes, right? Each month that passes, and him not getting there. Mark can't get the government to call general election. Manchester, the parish of Manchester reject him comprehensively and run him out.
Him ever look tormented? No.
Yes, him tormented. So him buy back him way. He might try buy back him way in a South Manchester, Southwest Manchester. So with the desperation when you know, people there are how many stages of madness them say, you know.
We are there. Jamaica people wanna tell me how much stage of madness man alive here. Jesus Christ, listen, there are many stage of madness.
Yeah, how much stage of madness you have abundant is very close.
Then say I must cool it up here.
Yeah, full very close to the final stage.
And
the MP them because the only way to save him, you know, is to take the job. Mark can't manage. No, there's no other way to say it now. Mark, it is obvious. Mark cannot manage. If Mark could have managed, Mark would have said to Julia and said, no, you can't run them out. We need a quorum. Mark cannot manage. But therefore, it is now obvious to the entire nation. Mark cannot manage.
May I agree with you when you say them abuse him, you know? Because I feel say them abuse him too.
They can't manage.
Yeah, they abuse him.
They can't manage, so they are abusing them wicked.
Want finish him speech. So well on they know. I wonder if Mark realize that them are undermine him too. Because they know they can't manage. Which part in the history of Jamaica politics you ever see opposition or prime minister do them budget speech and a man can come in tomorrow come say, may I finish your speech because your MP them run out the rest of man them from out. Bad things make laugh.
No, it's true. You have to take bad things like that. When Mark Wally, when he came to the public space, you know, in 20, I want him to come. All right. Another thing that persons has not been looking at. Mark Golding has done more cabinet reshuffle in 4 years than Andrew Holness, who is in government for 8.
Let me ask you a question. When the members of parliament them go to a parliament sitting, right? I know that this used to happen, but I don't know if it still happen. The leader of the party, whether JLP or PNP, whether them in a opposition or government, don't them normally have a meeting on important issues of national concern so that when they reach into the parliament, they can speak with one voice and on one accord. Don't them used to have, what them call a meeting they used to have?
Yeah, all right. The caucus meet. PNP, what them do is meet up a HQ. Well, Peter Philip, Dr. Philip are taking it to the opposition leader office, but yes, they meet before going to Garden Oaks, and the theme is discussed, and it is discussed as to how it is going to be presented, how it is going, who is going to open the floor on the opposition side,
right,
the motion, how much personal, yes, but you have to meet as a caucus before you enter the parliament, and you know what is on the agenda and how the opposition team is going to handle the situation. Yes, you have to meet and speak with one, because if you remember, people, chastise, but the actual thing was in the fire service situation when Comrade Simpson Miller was deferred. When Maxine got up and got angry at Elizabeth, Maxine was saying to her, look, remember we had the caucus and the decision was made. And then Portia came to the parliament and deferred from what they had discussed in the caucus.
And that's why these meetings are so important before them going there, because for example, the time with the salary. Remember, Julian Robinson did say him not have no problem with it, right? Yeah. And then the rest of the MP them, who they stand up and talk against it? Am I Golding?
Yeah, because that is why I'm telling them can't manage the job. Mark Golding don't have any caucus meeting with the MP them. And
then them come again with the situation with Juliet Holness, where some of them was in there saying, we're okay with her being there, and then Mark Golding come back now later, come say she shouldn't up there. So them now have no meeting for you.
No, in that the one person listening to the man who might try to get the job as Prime Minister, in Mark Golding, there is no caucus meeting taking place. It is obvious that you're not paying attention. So when him come, they don't know where I'm going to stay. Him now meet with the old opposition leader in the homes, which is Paul Well. Him now meet with him now have the caucus include the senators too. So the senators know what is going to be said in the lower house, and they took it. They will take it, sorry. They will take it to the upper house. They have no such thing is happening. Right? No such thing is happening. So every time that Julian speaks on finance, which is in portfolio given, every time Lisa used to speak on foreign affairs and foreign trade, which is her portfolio given at the time, Maurice Guy pull back, because when Maurice Guy speaks unheld, they can go outside of the parliament and usurp him. So Maurice Guy step back from A2, and people were not paying attention. And as I said earlier, Mark Golding has had more cabinet reshuffle of charter cabinet till he reached 76 now, and himself makes 77 than Andrew Holness has done in 8 years. He have more shuffle. Actually, he have 76 shuffle.
77 shadow. But Liz, one final question before you go. From them give Angela Brownberg the shadow spokesperson position of foreign affairs and trade. Yet here Angela get up and talk nothing in relation to our portfolio. Some laugh.
No, but remember, remember Karen has spoken to it, so nobody don't know her, so nobody now go. She can't talk for it, and nobody don't know her, nobody not call her. The only time they will call her, say, "Can you get me in contact with Lisa?" That is the thing. But she doesn't know anything about foreign affairs, foreign trade.
Me no
She
you
not
should
have the
talk nothing but
connection.
me no you should cause she when me look on the shadow cabinet, as she has the role to speak on foreign affair and trade, but you should talk nothing on it.
No, she can't. Foreign affairs, foreign trade can't.
No, sir. All right, Liz.
Somebody, I think Senator Crawford did say the only thing. I don't want to put no thing there now. So one of the say, somebody prominent did say the only thing she know about foreign affairs is that she spoke Spanish or she learned Spanish.
Oh no, this is serious. So my goal is now appoint the people them based on them ability. I just all who help him for topple and turn over the party.
Yeah, right.
And come and reward them. But at the same thing, you know where him get that style from? Omar Davis. Me must say Omar Davis reward him and give him the safest seat in a Jamaica, For help him engineer the FinSac something,
Right.
So,
take the people property.
So the same style. No,
yeah.
sir.
Omar Davis own Airbnb, And get FinSac and build Airbnb.
Oh, sir. Hello. Yeah. Over that channel and normal. But Liz, we'll come back again tomorrow or Saturday. Might come on tomorrow, maybe not. Maybe next week. But you miss so many days from Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. I may come on tomorrow. You can come tomorrow. Yes. You can come tomorrow if you want to. Yes. Because I really want to talk about the woman that just retired from the parliament, the CEO of the parliament, Miss Curtis. The clerk of the house. Yeah. Miss Curtis. She's an attorney, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, she's been in there 30 years, so we need to come and talk about that, among other things. So we'll catch you tomorrow, Liz, and thank you again. Always welcome. Yeah. And good night, everybody. All right, cool. Yeah, very good program. Yeah, guys. So, guys, sometimes I always enjoy talking about politics, tell you the truth. Yeah, especially Jamaican politics. I find it to be very unique, and I've always enjoyed it. But nowadays, the way all the politics look right now in Jamaica, sometimes it is so painful to come out and laugh off of certain things, guys. Sometimes it is so sad to see what is really going on. So something we will never see happen yet in Jamaica. Allow me to tell guys, all who pay attention to politics over the years. Easy if you come out and laugh off of some of them sitting and say I go on to Jamaica with the politics, No, sir. The situation critical. Past critical. John Sangster. She had to learn Spanish because that's where she and her husband, Paul Burke, sent her father. Yeah, man, a different something I know. Them are something, and it's not like a new kind of politics where we can all coalesce around as Jamaicans. It's quite frankly some of the worst set of politicians these we see in a Jamaica parliament today. I don't lie me I tell. Yes, we're gonna have to send out an alert for Sonia. We don't know what happened to her. I wanna ramp over here. So anytime when I see what people them, we have to sound the alarm. She didn't resign. Did I say resign? I'm sorry. I think I misspoke. She retired. Yes, she didn't resign. She reached retirement age. Yes, because it was said that she was on her way out, when that whole thing happened. But I know me not hear where the woman do wrong, Electro. I know me not hear where the woman do wrong. Because She's been in there about 3 decades. That's over about 30 years. So what is it that she could have done as a lawyer who know how the parliament works? What she could have done so wrong to be reprimanded in that way by Juliet Holness? I don't know what she did wrong. I'm so afraid of Mark becoming the leader of this country. You better believe it. When people show you who they are, believe them. That a one mantra when me stick by my entire life. When the people them show you what they do when they get power and what they're really about, believe them, right? You can't show me what you do in a finsack and come no boy you want to lead country. I'm mad somebody. No, sir. Your judgment poor and you're not no heart and you're careless and necessary. No. They've always been there. Politics has always been corrupted. I think it's a little worse now, to be honest with you. Yeah, I do. I think it's worse now. We know that we have a problem in Jamaica in our politics with corruption. We know. I wasn't talking about corruption specifically, though. I'm just talking about the political climate right this minute in the politics and over the last 4 years since it has become just comical, going up on stage and putting on and taking off shackles off of people and just the whole climate for me is just like something like this. You don't want to laugh about something like this because it's not funny. You know what I mean? But just the audacity of people to do this, not just before the country, but before the world, it puts a bad stain on Jamaica. Not just the party, put a bad stain on Jamaica. Imagine when all our friends them over in the region see them sort me up on a big PNP platform. That's not funny. I don't find it funny at all. So there's a lot of things happening that we're not used to seeing, and just the people's general attitude about our politics and how they've withdrawn. Jamaican people have withdrawn largely from our politics. That's also another troubling, you know, thing that we must face as a people. When we see what happened to Melissa and how, all those who belong to the party got called on her crime scene and, they hush and, treating the man like the boy is a victim. And these are the things that we're talking about, guys, that we never see them something yet. You understand? But there are some interesting days ahead, you know. So just to recap, for those who just joining, I'm gonna ask you guys to please give the live a like before you leave the channel. So just to recap, guys, there is a meltdown that is still stemming from the blunder, the election blunder of Cliff Hughes, because there's a delusion that what Cliff Hughes said was no mistake, that they won, or Mark Golding won, and Cliff Hughes was pressured to withdraw the statement. That is the general idea of Golding. And then Dayton Campbell want Golding to continue saying that he won. And there are people in there saying, listen, leave that alone. Don't do that. And so that is causing some kind of rift, right? So then when we examine the whole thing and we look at the past, the PNP of the past, not that long ago, we'll come to the conclusion, me and my correspondent, that the PNP right now is dead. It's fully dead. You'll never see this under these guys' leadership, ever, right? So because you're not seeing this and you'll never see it, their leadership is on life support. And that's just the truth. Not saying it to be mean, it's just the truth. So we all need to be looking out in closing for the final word on Mr. Clark's death. It is going to try. I'm wondering if they're going to televise it. They need to. They really need to televise this. We're going to know the fate of the three JDF members who Bunting same is giving an immunity, right? Say them a good faith certificate. This man here, an accountant and businessman, according to his wife, Dr. Claudette Clark, he was shot in the back 21 times. There has been no connection between him and Dodos because it was during that time that the soldier them said them a go up on operation. And 1 month after this something then catch Dodos, guys. 1 month after this something here happened. Wait, no, allow me to tell. 1 month after it happened, I think Dodos was extradited. I think I saw it go. But they have not connected this man or his family or his home to anything we have to do with the operation or why they went there. All of that we don't know. So when Bunting come with him illegal immunity, which it is because according to the Constitutional Court, it is unconstitutional, illegal, and it's 6 years later after that man was killed. 6 years later. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I am very interested to see how Paula Llewellyn is going to handle this. She laid the charges in 2012, 2 years after Mr. Clark was unalived, right? And because of this whole back and forth thing about immunity or whatever, the whole thing stalled. But right now, the trial is going to start on April 15th. So it will be very interesting to see how this plays out. It's kind of sad that it took them that long to figure out that the immunity or certificate of good faith was unconstitutional and illegal. We need to do something about the justice system in Jamaica. It can't so slow because people, it's not right. Neither for those who are victims or those who are on trial, guys. Anyway, we're wrapping up it for tonight. Hopefully, I think we may come back tomorrow. I know it's a long shot, but the GLP should make ads that glorify Marky G with all the nice things Rise United like, so that GLP can wake up the independents, can feel scared. Me not understand you. The government should make ads that glorify Mark Golding with all the nice things Rise United like, so that jail. Me not understand. Me not understand. Sorry. Explain it a little different to me. Thank you, Jean, and thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Our young men are dying at an alarming rate. Who will lead our country? These old corrupt politicians must go. A real talk, man. Like, seriously. There's a young man who come on the internet. Him work, I must say, out of Dovecot. Him is an undertaker out there. And him come and tell you how much young people then dig hole and bury. Boy, the situation bad, yeah, man. For real. And you see, all of who did in a security ministry, and when them in a opposition, then cuss the government say this and that about crime. And when them come in, where you see them though, come ball in front of the nation, real eye water tears, crocodile, come say they cannot do anything. We can't recycle them people here and expect to see Jamaica, um, move up as a developing country. No, you got to get people with the work ethic, the integrity, who can come and do a good job. Them people, this someone already show you where him is about, as a security minister, right? And I think Andrew Holness took way too long to get rid of Major Anderson, the police commissioner. I think Horace Chan can go on now too. Because I showed you guys the data, the crime data in Jamaica, specifically the homicide data. I shown us from PJ coming in a power in Jamaica. Even when we were facing some very turbulent times historically, we never see homicides like that. But from PJ coming, homicides climbed to this unprecedented level and it never went down. It just kept climbing and climbing, and they have done nothing to bring it down. Every administration after PJ, same thing. So what are we going to do? We can't continue like this. Like, seriously, guys, just can't. Let me read a few more comments before I go. When the young ones come along, they will just be as corrupt. Lord Jesus, nobody start out that. Make we just hope. Cindy, let us just hope that we can, in this time, with our advocacy and being Jamaican and, making our voices be heard and commenting publicly on these things. Let's just hope that this is it. That my generation and your generation can help weed out these people from out of politics, because they're done good. The independent voters in the country, then confused, right? Several of them have told me that right now, they're at a point where they're ready to just leave. And these are not people who are suffering in Jamaica. Some things may not come out here can talk, guys. Some things may not come out here can talk. You understand? I'm going to talk this right now. There are people in Jamaica who I've talked to, who have reached out to me. And they say, you know what? We are listening and we are hear you. And you're one of the few vloggers them out there where we sit down and listen to for an hour, 2 hours. Yes. And they say right now, we do go on. Just the whole state of the thing. Right now, we not suffer down here, but we don't really feel hopeful about our future in terms of the development of the people. Because you can't fix road all you want, You can't fix road all you want. You can't put up this infrastructure. But you see from the people them not develop, guys. You see from when you tap from kill off one another and they sitting there. We're not a developing country. Like, seriously. We need to develop in every aspect of the world. Yeah, man. Serious thing. And not because them are suffer. Normally, you see when people in Jamaica voice them kind of opinion there, where them are a sufferer in Jamaica, but then just want to leave. Normally, people will have a problem with government and the politics. So let me tell guys, I saw it always go. Surprise when we hear say John Tam way, not now go on for John Tam. And him that cross the border and him that get a one-way visa and go away. But try and look a better life. And one thing when we hear John Tam say him want to leave. But when we hear Miss Paulette from Upper St. Andrew and those kind of people are saying that they just want to leave. Them have a problem with the politics in the country. And that's a them problem. I don't know. See, I don't lie me I tell. Lizard drama. I'm if I tell you. ah, sorry, but I have to side with Cindy because I am around young people and there are two types. One set who are following their leader, their elders in being dieted, JLP and PNP, and no patriots. Well, if that were the case though, for real, why don't we see these people participating more in the political process? The young people them. Cause sometimes people talking about them and what them talking. The GLP need to bank on the independent and get them up because looking at it as dieted run the polls right now. Listen, Tari, you see when we listen to these political leaders and members of parliament and councillors, you see when them talk to the Jamaican people, them talk to the Jamaican people. Them talk to them comrades and them talk to them labor rights. You ever hear them address the Jamaican people yet? And I have commented on this years ago to say that, and I even tag Andrew Holness one of the time, say, when you not talk to the people, when you go on a meet now, you stand up on political platform and podium, address the Jamaican people. Because I know just green people and orange people will not serve a whole heap of independent people in a Jamaica. And to all the thing look right now, the independent them outnumber people who belong to either party. When they're speaking, they do not speak to the masses of the people. They speak to them labor rights, comrades, and people feel left out. They don't want to participate because you're not talking to them. Them need to change their style. No one party should be in power for too long, but Andrew must stay until Bunting and Mark leave the place. I totally agree with that. I don't believe that no leader should stay a third term. I am strongly, firmly, and I've always been against that. After 2 terms, you need to go. And I started feeling that way when I started paying attention to American politics. And then when we look at how long PJ stayed, and when I talk specifically about the crime and sitting, no, sir. After 2 terms, my love, you done whatever you come for doing in politics. If you cannot do it in a 2 term, then listen, you're not come for do the work. You don't come for do the work. Me not believe in that no time. But these are extenuating circumstances right now. With Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, Andrew Holness must hold on upon the country in the interest of the people. If you don't make them a Finsack people come back. Them are white collar people, Finsack, Jamaica financial Holocaust people. Them gangster capitalists here. Do not. So yes, this is the first time me I go me I go make one what you call it now? Me I go make a Lord Jesus, how the word me I look for. This is the first time me I go make an exception for the situation here. The youth are not given a voice, no viable mentorship program. That is true, say back in the days, not that long ago, up until the 90s, I think. You see, on a community level, Maria, we used to have so many different community activities, mentors, advocacy. Even when I was growing up, we used to have um, different organizations. Some of them were sponsored by either people in the diaspora, or I remember people from the US, missionaries and all kind of something. They used to sponsor these different organizations that operated across communities. And it really benefited the community. I am a product of those kind of times in Jamaica. And it really straightened out the picnic them when them a grow. Cause more time, all them time in the summer, your mother gonna work, your father gonna work, right? The picnic them now have nothing to do. these mentorship programs, they would step in the summer and keep the kids them occupied, teach them, and them something there. You know, they pitney them free from abuse because them have somewhere can go and go learn something. All of them something there. Jamaica really change, and me not like that change, yeah. They don't vote, they talk, but they don't care about their country. Yeah, man, the patriotism, they again like one time. I've been saying the same thing for as long as I can remember. Warren, are you talking about the people staying in power for forever? Me not believe in that at all. Mm-mm. I mean, when you really think about it, who would want to stick around for 3 terms anyway? Me see my president go in the office with a full head of black hair, Obama, and come out with the head fully white. It's a very stressful job, when you come to do the work. And a 2 term is stay. Easily. Andrew, address Jamaicans. You think so? Most of the time me hear. Me a talk when they on the platform, when they on the political platform, Me not talk when them address the country in the New Year's address or, the heroes they address and they sitting there, Christmas address. Me not talk about them, me talk about when they on the political platform. They must stop, go there, go talk to them base of them party. They must talk to everybody. That's why I don't like the colors them anymore. I think Jamaica need to do away with the colors. Come out in on the Jamaica clothes. That me say. Me see the JLP use a lot of the Jamaica flag in their meetings and stuff and their conferences. And that's good, but me not like the color business. Jamaica color. That will promote patriotism and not die-heartedness, tribalism. And symbol matters. You can't build a healthy home if it's toxic. You can't build a country if the environment toxic. Absolutely true. So true. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button for me. Please and thanks. No 3rd term. This a time here, Maria. This a time here. We have to go make an exception and ask Andrew to stay there. If he did even want to leave, me would have personally write a letter and email it or mail it to him and ask him, say, please stay this time around because these gangster capitalists, they have set up themselves for come back, with them Finsack style for the Jamaica people. And when you look what they do to them party, they're frightening, man. Honest to God. Look what they can do, can give them a man immunity. When a man go in a house and pick up over 21 shots. Sitting can go so. Which part in the world no see them sitting happen? No, sir. They afraid me. Them not are not people who make sound decision. I thought that's just the tip of the iceberg. Laverne, welcome back. Thank you for being here, being a part of this family over here. The patriotism for the country at an all-time low, though, especially among the youth. We can't blame them. Yeah, because them we not teach them no patriotism. Them not have nothing for, get no example of. All them say tribalism, Because even on this very platform right here, how many people want to come out here and talk about politics and issues of national concern that can be balanced? There aren't many. And I'm not tooting my horn because I wasn't really paying attention. I'm just in a lane here, so I do our thing over here. So, but people have brought it to my attention. And they, we don't really call vloggers name on the program here. I don't do it. Because I don't want me a no vlogger in a problem, because that is not what this platform is about. But when my subscribers say to me, you know, when I look out here on YouTube at some of the vloggers, the more popular vloggers or whatever, who are talking about the politics or the society and stuff, they're so partisan to one side. And they say, I was glad to discover this channel because you are balanced. Now you have a few people that may come here and them dep on one side or the other. When you not talk for them way, they say you're biased. I don't really matter about them. I know who me is. I know what this platform is about. Fixing roads is not fixing the people. What is required is to fix education that fixes people, and then country must improve. Yes, you have to fix everything. And I wish that, and say, one of them nights I have to come out here and say this, You see, you have some politicians where when they come out and I try getting at the good graces of the people, and them ask the people to give them another chance. Them come out and talk to the people, them like the people them are sound like a 2-year-old, where them not understand the reality of what is going on. And they will come and tell us that everything is nice and we're doing great. You see the best politician them? Then come be real with the people and tell them the real situation. Tell them what you do and what you want to continue doing. But don't come tell the people them, don't come give people them a false hope and tell the people them about everything is wonderful. Like the people them that have I can see what is going on. And when politicians come to the people and lie to them so blatantly, nobody now say you must come out and talk about your work and them something there. Thank you, darling. Nobody now say the politicians they must not come on, come tell the people what them do and accomplish since them been in office. You know? They can and they should. Come say, listen, me fix the highway there or me fix the road there. But you know what? We haven't been able to do this or that. We haven't been able to address the crime as you would want us to. We haven't been able to address the 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 workers in the country and the security of workers in this country. We have not been able to raise the minimum wage to a livable wage. But you know what, guys? We do the best that we can do. But remember, we are a developing country. We might have can give a double time away again now, but we have to work with what we have. Talk to people them like so. But don't come tell the people them about everything is great. Stop the damn lying to the people. This is what turn off people from politics, because some of them politicians then talk to people that have got such 1-year-old, 2-year-old and know what go on. That was one of the things when make me go vote for Obama 2 times. Because when he must speak to the American people, him not come sugarcoat nothing, and him not come butter up nothing, and him not come tell a lie to the people them. Him a go keep it real. Him a go tell you what him do, where him couldn't get to, why him couldn't get to it, and him a go humbly ask you to please give him another chance so that he can accomplish these other things and how he plans to do it. And that is how you can tell when politicians are genuine. Me I watch them, Me hear them, I tell the people them say we are build up your country and we are do this. Look here, tell the people them what you're able to do and what you can do. Don't come tell them about say you build up country, but you not tell them say the homicide rate still up and you haven't made any improvement there. Why and what you plan to do. Don't do that. Because when you omit information is a lie. Let's see. If Uncle Finsack were in Jamaica, would be Sinsack and Deadstock. You're talking like a joke. Look at their decision making now. You can judge them by how they behave when they do not win elections in their own party. Them turn over the whole thing and mash up everything and sabotage and tell lie upon and bring down people. Them the people they can't lead now. Them need to go back to kindergarten. Them need to go back to primary school from 2 year old and 3 year old. From when we are teach with kids, them say, listen, you need to learn how to accept no for an answer. You need to learn to accept when you lose. You know them look up in the one time, you and them a play and they lose, them fling down themselves on the ground and go on bad. We have to teach your kids them from early. And those become the worst adults because they don't know how to behave when they don't get their way. They don't have any humility. They don't know how to concede when they lose. They lie about winning elections. Those are Donald Trumps of the world, people. We not no tolerance and no time for them, the people there. They're not fit to lead nothing. That's why I am a patriot, but everybody waiting on politicians. If I see young people who need mentorship, and in those days the elders were there for us. Yeah, man, for sure. Mm-hmm. Me always feel like say Jamaica picnic them. I think Jamaica picnic them are some of my best picnic them in the world. I mean, all kids are good, but I think there's something so special about Jamaican kids, especially for the fact that Jamaican kids they don't really grow up with a lot. You understand? I look at my own child who was born in America, and I reflect on my own childhood growing up. My family were a middle class family, but a lot of the luxuries that my kid has now, and not having that growing up, and I was totally okay with it. When I look back at my childhood, me not feel a victim of being poor and poverty. I don't feel that way. I feel like I had a very good upbringing from my parents to my auntie and my uncle and my grandparents and everybody from the community, the people them who helped mentor us coming up. I think growing up as a Jamaican child and we have manners along the way, guys. I would have loved for my daughter to experience that, but clearly, she was born in America. But every chance I get, I take her home so she can experience that. So she has a mixture of both. She knows how to be humble, even though she might have more. When we left and we got Jamaica for the summer, and our cousin them not sit down on tablet and in front of Netflix and all kind of something. Then go to the door, go play, and they're so happy, you know, to see the other side of having things and having everything. And when you have one pitney, you give them everything. They don't need nothing. You understand? So I think that Jamaican kids, you see, from them have somebody where they can depend on and feel secure with. Trust me, you can get those kids to become their best selves. Jamaican children. They don't make nothing bother them. And they're always so kind to one another. I like to observe Jamaican kids when they interact with them peers and with adults. You can really see, say, for the most part, Jamaican kids are some very well-mannered kids coming up. And we have to give it to the teachers who teach them at school, the family them who help raise them, and all these things. Um, we need effective opposition right now. I don't see opposition. All I see is a war boat. Yes, 100% correct. Even labor rights me tell me say they want effective opposition, and only a fool and somebody who is unpatriotic would see a government there and no opposition and them okay with that. You can't be okay with that. You want somebody to advocate for the people in case your government decides to go rogue on the people. Some of the people are used to handout politics, yeah. I left Jamaica after I completed college, and they were still telling me about stipend. We need to cut that out. The young people who waste time in school have Heart Academy for free. There is no excuse for them. You know, so me no feel say the government of Jamaica and even them when in opposition. You know, me no feel say them a promote heart enough, guys. Me no feel them a promote heart enough. You know, so you have some people when in some rural place of Jamaica. And I know a few of them, that's what I can tell you now. Then graduate high school. And after then graduate high school, they don't see nothing else to do. They don't see nothing else to do. In terms of higher education. Nobody not tell them. Understand? So I think there needs to be a national campaign to enlighten and educate the people to let them know what's available. But we need to make higher education more accessible. I'm not against heart. Heart is a vocational thing, and it's fine. But I think there needs to be more choices where higher education is concerned. We need an oh, I read that already. All I know if was the JLP had granted the immunity, it would yeah, I guess you could say so. I mean, I understand why the Jamaica Labour Party is not commenting on this immunity thing, because I believe the police commissioner, the outgoing, he was the head of the JDF when this whole thing come down. Remember good? Singapore is 16 square miles smaller than St. Thomas, but 15 times wealthier than Jamaica. Say that the maths they do, when you really look on it, you see, just like how Singapore they come to Jamaica for the blueprint. Me feel like now Jamaica must go on over there for the blueprint, you know. Wouldn't not think so? Yeah, man, Jamaica forgot to Singapore for the blueprint. Go back for them blueprint, I should say. After the rundown of the infrastructure of the country, it can rebuild into 2 terms. The government is not using IMF loans to rebuild Jamaica. They say kids throw tantrums at 2 and 3. I have a 3-year-old and he has never thrown a tantrum once. Yet Bunting and Golden throwing tantrums. Me like that comment there. Yes. Me like that comment there. You really and truly have kids that are like that. Terrible 2, terrible 3. My opinion never throw no tantrum. Because I never grow that way there at all. We don't put up with dirty behavior. You're crazy. When we used to go outside and see some pitney behave with the parents, you're crazy. And we know, say, if you not broke it out of them from them time there, by the time they reach 6 and 8 age, you can't talk to them. And they become the menaces of society. A foreign, me can't hear them sitting about terrible too, you know. We not hear them there's something there at Jamaica about terrible too. Terrible where? And I don't even believe in a beating kids. Our community used to raise us. Now we live in isolationists. Not true. Right now, there was a time when they used to say the community is supposed to protect the pitney them. And right now, we have to be careful with the pitney in the community. All my life, the JLP is always held at a different standard than the PNP. The Prime Minister did acknowledge that they still have work to do. Me never hear it. Me never hear it. And me not hear nothing about the important issues them. Remember, guys, you see in your country, your most important issues are your safety of your people, your health care of your people, and I think the people them who manage the economy. I would say those are the three most important things. Maybe you guys will agree, right? You see, the safety of the people in the country, it must be addressed. And honestly, and not just addressed, but there needs to be a plan shown to the people in terms of what the government is planning to do to help decrease the rates of homicide in the country. I've talked to people and them say, well, how the government are gonna know when a man are gonna unalive him wife and ray. We can admit, say yes, there's gonna be situations where the government can't do nothing about it in a domestic situations or whatever. We can try to, promote, the way we treat each other or whatever. But the gangs them in the country, the government must do something about it. Mash up and dismantle every gang and every underworld people. Because that is what manifests into the annual homicide rates that we see each year. I was telling my husband, I don't know you, but we connect in certain ways because I had the best childhood and I wasn't rich. Yeah, man, for true. So when me I talk to my cousin them, we grew up together. And back in them time there, when my parents used to send me to a country, I live at Kingston, parents send me to a country every holiday time. And we used to glad cause we'd say we're cousin them we haven't seen, in months or whatever. And you see the grandparents, them and the great grandparents and the grand aunt and them people there. Me say, oh God, every time I remember about them one ball. The people them never wealthy, as some rural people them. And I never see them people that left their yard yet. Then don't left their yard. But let me tell you see the legacy that they left behind of kindness to one another, human compassion to your neighbor, decency, and them something there. There is no money, there is no wealth that can replace that. I wouldn't trade it for anything. You understand, guys? My folks that are dead now. You understand? Trust me, the legacy that they left of just loving one another and loving our family and our neighbor and caring and sharing and the humor that they shared with us and everything like that, guys. Trust me, when I think about them, that's the experience I wish my daughter had. But it's a legacy that they left with generations after, so she can still experience that through my generation and stuff forth like that. We don't worry about wealth when time we are grow. I in them time you see people are kill up themselves for run down things. Those people taught us to be content with what we have. And so you get a little more, it's a bonus, so be it. But in life, we never come see them people there run down nothing. They were happiest when they were among them family members. And when time them cook a big pot and the whole of we sit down and I eat and I talk and I laugh and that was joy for them. So we grow different, Nobody can buy we out and them something there. And we not sell out not neither. And we know about patriotism, and human compassion and we know to stand up for ourselves and them something there. Those are the kind of people who raised me. Yes. So grateful. And I'm sure a lot of you guys share that experience, especially those of you from rural Jamaica. Me always say Kingston people are my wickedest set of people in the world. I don't care who you so vex. Kingston people, mighty God, are the wickedest set of people in the world. Oh. Because I'm just kidding. But we know say Kingston people they're more crab it. You know what I heard there? Kingston people they're more crab it. One time me I grow guys and born a country and yes you're old enough now where you remember say, you had that transition from leaving the country and going to Kingston. And I've always been an observer. And when I observe the behaviors of people in rural Jamaica, where my early days, and when you're exposed to the people in my Kingston, I saw them crab it to one another. No, sir. To this day, me no love Kingston. Kingston people, I'm sorry to talk it, but I saw me see it. Kingston people are some of the wickedest people them in Jamaica. Me not lie. Let me see which one of the Kingston people are going to cuss me as so now. Oh no, wicked man. Yeah, so guys, make we come back tomorrow. Such man Ella victory dance. Up the road, which such man that now? How are the victory? When you not pinch and tell me the thing them over here, not tell me in a parable, because I not tell you not in a parable over here, so. When you not come over here and pinch and tell the things them, just call out such man name and tell you what really are going on. Me pinch at you, but me I tell him the straight story. The politicians created the gangs and now the gangs control them. No, them have to get all of the gang them. Yes, them have to dismantle them. They don't need them. Them a destroy the country, guys. And them need to have a way where you see all of them who in the foreign, yeah, I send home the heap of gun them are sitting. I want the government to find a way to start turn them into the authorities in the foreign countries. Because the authorities them will take care of them. Like seriously. They should investigate if Mr. Clark have anything to do with the FinSac investigation. All of that too. Me feel say that the death of Mr. Clark, I feel say Bunting has something dark to do with it. And the truth me I tell you now. Me feel say Bunting has something very dark to do with it. Yes. The man was an accountant and businessman. His wife, Dr. Clark. Me no know what she do. Me go look into it and tell you tomorrow. But me not understand how a man like that live a Red Hills. They say them a look for dodos, then go on operation. I sham that man. Me not idiot. When you look on the man vehicle and you look on the house, it would look like say then go there and somebody engage them in a shootout for and they start drive on the block and then return fire. I say look to me. And we know that did not happen. And they've given no account of such a thing. So it is weird. It was all about love and laughter. The legacy was beautiful. Run up and down in a bush. If you feel hungry, you pick a guava and keep. Yeah, man. Them time they're sweet, man. Mm-hmm. And when my picnic at Jamaica, when she did, I look at, it's been a while. They're in high school now. They get to doing different things, start drive, start work, all kind of something. But when she was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I see all the picnic them at Jamaica, all them treat her, our little cousin them, all them show her and teach her every little thing, and how her eyes just lit up to see the simple things that these kids find so much joy in, you know? And when your sister she bring all her tablet and she don't go up on the tablet the whole month, she not go up on the tablet as daylight. The pitney them come knock on the window. Not even breakfast she not want to eat. Them run gone outside and do them thing. You know, it's such a good thing. But I'm telling you, things and time surely change. I miss walking and swimming. I was born in Kingston Waterhouse. And I get those. Maria, you one of them. No, sir. Where you say you come from Kingston? I mean, I know a lot of part with Kingston people. I think. No, sir. Kids who grew up, especially after FinSac, had no future to look to. So fast life became the way to go. Nothing else. Boy, it's sad. Mm-mm. I was born in Kingston and I cried to go live with my grandparents. So country it was. I love country, beautiful people. Yeah, man. Hey, guess one time I come to Jamaica, my friend them, I check my friend them at Kingston them I grew up with and so. And they always say, as you come, so you're gone. Me not stay no night at all in a Kingston. As a matter of fact, telling the truth, anytime I stay at Kingston, my face bump up. As a God. I could at 2 o'clock in the morning. Me not stay no night at Kingston. Mm-mm. Me I take the highway and go back to my bush. Yes. And in the summertime, me feel like so because we're mostly in the part of Jamaica where the air is nice and everything like that. In the summertime, as you see me touch Kingston, so the whole of my face start bump up. Honest to God, me have to make case and go back down in my bush. Me no know what cause that. I would like more Jamaicans to stop voting according to who their friends and families vote for. They need to educate themselves on what party is going to make their lives better. I absolutely agree with that. We have outgrown that type of politics because we come to realize, say, there are too many wicked people in our politics and they need to come out. They can't trick we. They can't come tell about, say, the party and the party. They know. By their deeds you shall know them. I love visiting country. I feel love visiting country, man. Let me see. Yeah, man, Carlton, big up yourself. It's always good to see you here. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna come off of this now. Oh no, I just come off a week vacation. I need to rest my body. So I'm going to go to my bed early tonight. And then, tomorrow when things settle down, I will stop by me and Liz come talk a little tomorrow. We'll see what develops tomorrow, if anything. And then we'll come back and do this again. I hope you guys enjoy the live. And, you were able to learn a thing or two. Guys, make sure that you give the live a thumbs up and you're sharing it with your friends. And invite your friends them to come subscribe over here. Because over here, we not over here a tech set for no one set of people, right? Anybody when not do good, we're gonna talk about them because them a public figure and them ask the people them to give them a chance to do the work of the people. When they do good, we acknowledge it. And when they don't do good and when they corrupt, we're going to talk about it said time too. So make sure so now invite on the family and friends them for come listen over here so. Because there are the rest of people that may I get for you so they have their agenda. Right? They're up in arms with the Prime Minister. That is them only problem. They don't care nothing about the direction I saw the country. Over here saw a different something. Yes, over here so we want to see the best for the country. Right? And when the people them are being abused with corruption and wickedness, and when we see politicians abuse other politics, we're going to talk about it. So over here, so is where it's at. Yeah, here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Big up on yourself, JPU family. Thank you again for coming out. Take care.